5-3 ball game here at Gilcone Field as we enter inning number 9. NATOs are going to have to earn it. It's the top of the order for the Pfeiffer Falcons, trailing by 2, starting with Zach Farrell, who has doubled each of his last 2 at-bats in the 5th and the 7th. He comes up here in the 9th, looking to cause some more damage. It's Blake Altshuler back out after recording 3 outs in the 8th. He misses high and outside to start off the AB. Andy Farringer came in the 8th, did not record an out, 2 hit batsmen and a single. Blake Altshuler came in and recorded all 3 outs for him. He drops a breaker in there for strike 1. So Farringer didn't record an out, gave up a hit and a run. Altshuler so far through an inning. The 1-1 fouled back. NATO's 3 outs away from clinching their spot in the championship round for the first time in NCAA era history. Ethan Coleman up in the pen, the de facto Tornado closer, but Altshuler's going to get every opportunity here as he misses 2-2. Blake Altshuler, a freshman, we were just talking about it during the break, he couldn't have imagined that he would be the guy on the mound in the 9th trying to send the NATOs to the championship when he was getting recruited. That one just misses, nearly did freeze Farrell, but it didn't cost him. Count is full. Right-handed Altshuler. Going to try and come back here with a payoff pitch. He winds and deals. That one smoked in the air to right field. Pyle is going to make a diving catch. CP Pyle, what a play. A web gem in right for out number 1. What a play by CP Pyle. He got a great jump on it. He had to get on his horse. He's a quick guy. That ball was absolutely smoked. It was dropping fast, and Pyle had to extend to grab that and did. Out number 1, and here's Wilson Laurer. He's 2 for 4. Altshuler gets a big out number 1 there on what could have been extra bases. Laurer fouls the first pitch back. What a play. And if the NATOs can hang on for these final 2 outs, certainly one that we will remember from this one. Altshuler gives the 0-1 to Pridmore. It's on the ground for a base hit, a single up the middle for Laurer. His 3rd base hit of this one. And Laurer has hit the ball well against the Tornadoes. He's 6 for 10 in these 2 games that Pfeiffer has faced off against Brevard. A tying run coming to the plate now in the form of Austin Wood. Wood yet to record a hit. He's 0 for 4. He reached twice on an error and then flied out and struck out to end the 7th. That one's in there for a strike. If Altshuler could get a double play ball, it would send the NATOs to the championship round in Rocky Mount, North Carolina against number 1 seeded North Carolina Wesleyan. The 2-seeded NATOs trying to get the job done here. A check swing, that's strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 away here. And a man on first, it's Laurer, the 0-2. Got him looking, strike 3. Wood set down on strikes for the 2nd time in this one, and Pfeiffer's down to their last out. It'll be Jawan Yun. He's reached on an error and has been hit by a pitch. The NATOs are an out away. NATOs are an out away from the championship round. Jawan Yun at the plate, and he takes ball 1 from Blake Altshuler. NATO's an out away from a moment that feels like it's been in the works for a couple of years for Mike Victory and company. Still would have to win a couple more ball games to be champs against a really good team, but trying to make it to that stage here for the first time. 2 balls and no strikes to Jawan Yun after that one misses low and outside. Tornadoes trying to punch their ticket to the championship round of the USA South Tournament. Altshuler misses low and away again. 3-0 here to Yun. Corey Lackey on deck. He's 1 for 4. Tying run at the plate in Yun. Altshuler, the righty. See what he comes with here, behind 3-0. That one's in there for strike one. Nato's got the fantastic diving catch from CP Pyle to rob Zach Farrell of extra bases, route number one. Then the single from Laurer, and just a moment ago, the strikeout looking of Austin Wood. Yun still ahead 3-1, and he takes strike two. The Natos are a strike away from the USA South Championship round. Jawan Yun in a full count now. Altshuler trying to slam the door and send the Natos to Rocky Mount. The righty. A payoff pitch. Got him looking, strike three, and the Tornadoes are heading to the USA South Championship round. Blake Altshuler comes in and gets a 2-inning save, and the Natos win it 5-3. They are heading to the championship round for the first time in program history in the NCAA era. Jawan Yun strikes out looking to end it. Blake Altshuler comes in to shut the door. CP Pyle with a fantastic play to get the ninth inning started. Mike Victory and company are headed to Rocky Mount, North Carolina for the championship round of the USA South Tournament. Number one against number two will face off next weekend. North Carolina Wesleyan against Brevard. The Natos faced a lot of adversity here in this tournament. They lost game one to Methodist 9-3. They were losing yesterday 1-0. Couldn't muster any offense through 4 innings. Took a lead, held on to a late lead and won 6-4 against Pfeiffer, setting up a winner-take-all decisive game against the Falcons here at Gilcone Field. They got on the board early on in the first. They got a 3-run blast from Lucas Granada in the third, and ultimately a 5-3 victory. The tying run came to the plate for Pfeiffer at the end, but Blake Altshuler shuts the door, and the Natos are headed to Rocky Mount, North Carolina for the championship round. 5-3, the final. Home half of the seventh, Luke Morton stepping into the box. Luke is 0 for 3, but he did drive in a run with an RBI ground out back in the fifth. Looking for his first base knock in this one. Behind him will be Logan Clark and Cale Ayler. Jordan Bird, the 6'10 righty, back out there for his second inning of work. Hit Logan Sawyer with a pitch, but did not allow any base hits in that sixth. That one right down the middle for strike one. Surprisingly, for a 6'10 guy, Bird doesn't look like he has a whole lot of crazy velocity. Does seem to hit his spots, though. Only 8 appearances on the year for him. The 0-1. Fouled back. I 0-2 here to Luke Morton. The pitch. Behind him. That one certainly not where Bird wanted to put it. Still ahead, though, 1-2 to the NATO shortstop. Morty 1 for 7 so far in the tournament. Looking for base hit number 2. He fouls that one off down the right side. He stays alive. Ball and 2 strikes still here to Morton. Bird kicks and fires. Morton right back up the middle for a base hit. A little toss of the bat as he heads down the line. A leadoff single. Only the 4th base hit of the ball game for the Tornadoes. And it'll bring up Logan Clark. Clark 0 for 2. He's grounded out, he's flied out, and he was hit by a pitch last time. Clark was stranded on third with the Colson Miller strikeout. He takes strike one on the outside corner. The 0-1. Low and outside, 1-1. Throw over to first, but Luke Morton able to get in, just stepping over. Didn't need a dive. Not a whole lot going on in either bullpen right now. Seem happy with the guys that they've got out there. 1-1 to Clark. Outside, 2-1. Nato's looking for some insurance here. Hitters count here to Clark. 2-1. Morton goes. Throw down to second is not in time. It's going to get into the outfield, but it is backed up by the shortstop, Austin Wood. Heads up by him there to stop Morton from getting 2 bases there. But the steal puts Morton in scoring position. It was a ball, so Clark's ahead 3-1. Three balls and a strike here to the NATO center fielder, the senior Clark. The pitch from Bird. Whacked in the air, left field, but right to Zach Farrell, who makes the catch. Morton will think about tagging, but thinks better of it. There's out number 1. Runner does still advance in the process of Clark's at-bat, so not all for naught. Clark, that's happened to him a couple of times so far in this tournament where he's put the bat on the ball with some really hard contact, but not had anything to show for it. A little bit harder, and that one could have been a bomb. Instead, a fly out to fairly deep left field. Zach Farrell out there. Here's Cale Ayler. Cale 0 for 2. He walked his last time. Still looking for his first hit of this tournament. That one misses. Ball and no strikes here to Cale Ayler. Frankie Vasquez on deck. NATO's have a man in scoring position. It's Luke Morton. The 1-0. Ooh, breaking ball. Ayler thought it was a ball. It's called a strike. Looked like it hung up a bit. Ayler could have swung at that one. Count even now for Cale. 1-1, one away. Bird takes a deep breath. Now the 1-1. Big swing and a miss there from Ayler. Cale got to protect. Down 1-2 here. 2 runs, 4 hits for the NATOs, 1 run, 8 hits for the Falcons. The 1-2. Ayler takes low and inside. Count evened up. You've got the umpires in the field discussing something to each other. Not sure what that was about. Yelling something to each other from across the field. Count 2-2. Ayler trying to drive in another tornado run. Bird. The 2-2. Low and inside again, 3-2. Another full count here for Ayler. He walked last time. Trying to get on board here any way he can. Payoff pitch. Coming here from Bird. Here it is. Ayler in the air. Deep right field. That one is going, and that one is gone. Cale Ayler, touch them all. His first hit of the USA South tournament is a long one. He's fired up as he runs around second. He drives in Morton and himself. It's 4-1 NATOs. Look at Cale Ayler releasing frustration into that baseball on a payoff pitch. It's 4-1 Brevard. Cale Ayler deep to right. The only question for that one was it going to stay fair? And it did.
Now batting for Tornadoes, third baseman number 19, Frankie Vasquez.
4-1 NATOs as Frankie Vasquez steps into the plate, and that was a costly mistake by Jordan Bird. Vasquez fouls that one off, and Coach Huckey once again Buckners it. That's right. We're keeping an eye on Coach Huckey, and I don't know what his defensive metrics are saying right now. Got to go check StatCast for the Steve Huckey information, but it's not looking good the last couple of days since he came up and talked smack to me. The 0-1, he thought he was going to get another chance there. Instead, it goes into the Tornado dugout foul. Sorry, Coach Huckey's more known for his bat anyways. 0-2 to Vasquez. In the dirt, skips past the catcher Merrill. Man, it felt like this whole tournament, even with the lead here right now, the NATOs had just been waiting for something to get excited about, and Cale Ayler delivered it right there. NATOs can breathe a bit easier with the 3-run lead as Frankie pokes one to right field, going back on it and making the grab for out number 2 is Robbie Brown. Frankie hit that one pretty deep. Gave his best shot at going back-to-back with Ayler. Looked like he might have had a word or two for a Pfeiffer infielder as he headed back over. He doesn't look too phased.
Now batting for the Tornadoes, DH number 25, Colson Miller.
Here's Miller with 2 away. Pretty quiet game offensively for both sides, but Cale Ayler just extended the lead to 4-1. It was a 2-1 game, hanging in the balance with every pitch as Miller takes a strike in on the hands. Miller 0 for 2. That one skipped in the dirt. One and one here to Miller. The 1-1. Misses there. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Hitters count here to Colson Miller. Takes a ball low and out. Still no real movement in that Pfeiffer bullpen. They're going to let Bird ride this one out, it looks like, with 2 down. Might see someone get up if Miller walks. (3-1). Miller pops that one back foul, and the count runs full. Bird, another payoff pitch coming here. The last one ended up as a home run. We'll see what comes with this one. Miller takes ball 4. 2-out walk puts Colson Miller aboard for Lucas Granada. Lucas 0 for 2. He walked back in the second. After that, a fielder's choice and a fly out to center. Pfeiffer does have a man up in the pen now. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner, Jordan Rowell, here for Colson Miller.
Now running at first base for the Tornadoes, number 0, Jordan Rowell.
Do have an arm up in the pen for Pfeiffer. We'll update you when we see who that is once we get confirmation on the number. Throw over to first. Going to make sure that the new runner, Jordan Rowell, is paying attention. He is. He dives back in safely. Got the pink arm sleeve on. In the pen is Chance Hunt for Pfeiffer. Pitch to Granada, low and outside. One 1-0 is smashed over to Huckey. He bobbles it, but does recover and throws back over to the pitcher. We'll give him a 75-25 on that one. He's stuck with it. That might be the most interesting part of this game is analyzing and nitpicking Coach Huckey's defense over there in the coach's box. Exactly. Rowell goes. It's on the ground. Javier has it, throws on to first. It's in the dirt, but scooped up and corralled by Wilson Lohr. But Cale Ayler strikes for a deep 2-run homer to right, extending the NATO's lead to 4-1. As we head to the top of the 8th, NATO's leading it by 3 with Barnes, Lackey, and Javier coming up for the Falcons. Live here at Gilcone Field with the difference maker in this one, Lucas Granada. The Tornadoes are on their way to the championship round. Lucas Granada with a 3-run home run in the 3rd. Lucas, first off, I want to ask what you were feeling when you rounded the bases after hitting that one.
Pure joy, Brady. I've been struggling the last couple weeks, so that one felt amazing.
Absolutely. It was one of those that, at least from the press box, we could tell off the bat. Could you tell off the bat that you got all of that one?
Not really. After I left the infield, I was like, that's got a good shot to go. But yeah, after I was going to first, I was like, yeah, that's got to go. So
Lucas, obviously you guys dropped the first game of this tournament to Methodist. What was the turnaround like? What were the conversations like when it came to bouncing back and getting these 2 victories against Pfeiffer to clinch a spot in the championship round?
Yeah, so we knew that our backs were against the wall, and we had nothing else to lose. And it was either a win or go home situation. So we had to put all this together as a team, and we won it. So
100%.
Super pumped.
Lucas, can you talk a little bit, as you get showered by Cale Ayler, can you talk a little bit about the starting pitching over the last couple of games and how big they were in getting these 2 victories?
Yeah, it was crucial. I mean, we needed a good start. Even this game we just played here, Cam gave us a good start, and it helped us a lot.
Absolutely. Him and Jacob Thompson both delivering really good performances
did well
over the last 2 days. So now you guys are headed to Rocky Mount to take on North Carolina Wesleyan. Obviously, you took 2 out of 3 on the road against them last time out. What's the approach and what's the preparation like this week as you get ready?
Same thing as what we played in the regular season. A lot of rest, first of all. A lot of rest. And then, just keep sticking to our approach. Base hit, and that's how we get runners on. We just put up. That's cool. Wow. Wasn't expecting that.
Hey, I saw it coming. Luke Morton gave me the warning to get out of the way.
Okay.
So, absolutely, Lucas Granada, 3-run homer. NATO's win it 5-3 to head to the championship round. We will see you next weekend in Rocky Mount. I am Brady Penn, here with Lucas Granada. Let's go NATOs. Great
Go
job,
NATOs.
Bro.
Thanks, Brady.
Sure, man.